walk? You are wet. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on, let's go. Hey, now, come on, let's go. Hey girl, come on. Hey, good girl. Yay. Hey. Come on, everyone. Yeah. Let's go. Hey, Bobby. Hello. You have a little rest. Any excuse for a cuddle. Any excuse for a little cuddle with Mama. Isn't that right, darling? Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Brí. Leave her be. That's the girl. Look at that tail wag. Yeah. Maybe wet and raining, but it's still lovely out. All right, girls and boys, come. Banba, whoa, good girl. Banba, come. Banba, come. Banba, come. Yeah, come on. Oh, he's the best girl. Oh, she really is. She really is the best girl. Breezy, Brí, whoa. Oh, good, Brí. Look at the focus face. Look, when Bamba's out, it's all about Banba. When she's on her own, she's much easier to train. Is that right, girl? Here we go. Ready, stay. Let's go. Come on. I am soaked to the skin. Well, you can't see it from there. Yeah, I am on the bottom half, but it's fine. It's only water. It's only rain. If it means we get out and we get to go for walks and play, it doesn't matter what the weather's like at the end of the day. What is it about? There's no such thing as bad weather, only incorrect clothing or wrong clothing or something like that. Anyway, well, you know what I mean. So it may be raining for most of the day, but it's still nice to get outside. Hey! Good girl. You're such a good girl. Yeah. Oh, she's the best girl. About this field is that the grass is let to grow. So it's let grow quite long. So it ends up being like meadow grass and used for hay. So you get to see actually so many of the little flowers and plants that you wouldn't see in the fields that are being used for cattle or for grazing or whatever. So I love coming down here. I love to see when the grass gets really long. I know it's wet today, so I'm not seeing as many life about the place. There's not as many butterflies and bees and things like that, but when it is a dry day, it's buzzing down here. It's buzzing sometimes, so I'll try and get that another day for you. You see some of the lovely variety of grass. And flowers, buttercups, clover, purple clover, I think is what it's called. and it's only kind of, it hasn't even grown fully yet. By the end of the summer this will be really high up, and I try not to disturb too much, make a little trail after the dogs, but it's pretty hardy all the same. I've no idea what that is. It's interesting. And what I love about here as well is at the bottom there is kind of a natural marshy area, and it's like a mini forest. So it's kind of just been left alone. I suppose it's probably a hard area to manage for cultivating and for cattle, which is a good thing in a way, because it's just been left. Like, look at that, how beautiful is that? Apologies, normally there wouldn't be a sound around here, but there's machines working on something up the road, and you can just, it's so quiet where we are. If there's anything at all going on work-wise, you can hear it. It sounds like it's in your back field or whatever, because it's so quiet. So they're doing some work up there, up the road, and to me it just sounds so loud. Okay, that's a bit quieter. It's just so lovely down here. There's kind of like a little wet, it's like a little mini marsh forest area, and it goes right across to the other side of the road. Now when I say road, it's a small road, like a small boring kind of road, but you can see it goes all the way in there. I would imagine there's quite a bit of wildlife in there that uses this area, so I just hope it's not my land, you know, so I just hope, you can see the willow, it's lovely. I just hope that it gets left, that it never gets taken away, because it's little areas like these are so precious for wildlife and for just bringing back a bit of the land, trees. We need more of them. The more the merrier. I don't know what these little purple things are called, but they're lovely. I have seen them before, but I just love the way they just pop up in random areas. Totally not man-made, totally just nature's way of deciding where she wants stuff. A little bit there, a little bit here, there. If I tried to do it, it wouldn't happen. And then these little fronds here are lovely. What do you think, boys? Bobby and Bran? Yeah? I'll be able to get in and out of this ditch here, I'll show you in a minute, but it's gotten so overgrown that, I don't know. I think it would rip every part of me. So I don't think I'll take the chance today. I'll wait till the winter, everything dies off a little bit more and I've more chance getting through. I used to get through there. It's pretty thick with brambles now, to be fair, and there's a drop down the other side. 4 little butts in a row. Okay, not yours. Nearly, huh? Nearly. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. Oh, Brie, give her a break. Follow back our little trail that we made earlier. And the girls go up. They're going their own way. Just a look behind at that. Isn't that so nice? Never looks as good on camera. Look at the 2 little heads. And then the 2 little butts. Did you see that little white flash? Little tiny butterfly or moth. I'm not sure what you call it, a moth or a butterfly. But there's quite a few of them flying around here. It's very hard to catch them. They're so quick, they dart in and out. It's lovely to see. Just the dogs or myself just might disturb one. And you just see it fly up overhead. Hang on, there's one behind again. Missed it. Now, I know you can't see it at the moment, but that's one there. So just watch. Will it fly? See it? Come on, Mummy. Get a move on. Stop looking at everything. That's what they're thinking. Get a move on. I thought we were walking. But unfortunately for them, I go walking I kind of go nature walking. So I like to try and look at things and observe. And you know, it's funny, I read that book about nature and about Anya Murray. Gosh, the name's terrible. Her name, but the name of the book. It's to do with Ireland and Ireland's nature and how important it is, the ecosystems, and how the smallest little thing makes a difference. And I don't know if it was her that said it or I heard it on a podcast or something, but it was about staying curious and staying observant in nature, spending time in nature obviously, but being observant in nature and looking for the details and finding joy in that. And I've always had a sort of a childlike curiosity when it comes to nature in general. I still love to watch birds. I'm so fascinated by watching birds fly. We've the swallows coming in and out all the time around the stable, and I just love to watch them. And just the little things when you're out and about. There's something, it's such therapy, there's just something in it. I think we're just all part of it, aren't we? It's part of us, we're part of it, and it's just lovely to take the time, get away from the big stuff, you know, just the worries, the stresses, all of that, and just focus in on the important little things that are out there, sometimes hidden away. So yeah, and just that book was just, it was just reignited that again for me. I suppose that's the right way of putting it, because I spent my childhood walking fields with dogs and just wandering around fields and sitting on hilltops and observing. That's what I just did it naturally as a child growing up in the country. I was very lucky to have that, but I also think I was drawn to that. Like, my siblings would not have done as much of that as I would. I just naturally was drawn to the outdoors and to nature and to being in nature, and you just come full circle. That's just still my favorite thing to do, is to be in nature in whatever form, and it's my therapy, whether it's with the horses or with the dogs or just outside, just being outdoors in nature. So, and I think possibly that is maybe the cure for a lot of the problems we have today, is that we're disconnected from nature. And it's who all of us are, and it's probably needed that we all get more of that back into our lives. So a little bit getting a bit deep there now, a little bit deep, but yeah, anyway, let's move on. The dogs are going, would you come on? So let's move on. Good girl, come on. Old tractor tire tracks here, and back over here, and then we're probably going to go across and to another group of fields around the back of the cottage this time. So we are very, very lucky. I'm very lucky to have this space, but I suppose there are people that have these spaces and don't appreciate it. So I'm lucky that I have it, and I'm lucky that I'm able to appreciate it. Ooh, I've been sidetracked again. Look what I'm starting to see. Sorry, I don't know why I said that like that. I'm just excited to see the start of blackberries. Blackberries are my absolute favourite fruit, always have been. Gooseberries would come a close second. I do like the natural, the soury, tangy fruits, but I get very excited when blackberries come, because there's so many blackberry bushes around. We go out and we tend to pick, but we tend to come home with empty bowls because we stuff our faces and end up having lovely black dye all over our hands and mouths, myself and the boys. So I look forward to that every year. So this I'm excited to see. And if you're in the start of one there, I don't know, is it just me? It feels like autumn comes earlier and earlier every year. Yes, look at this girl. She just lives for a moment to get attention and get rubs. She has a little trapped eye duct that I must do something about, but I'm kind of putting it off because I know how stressed she gets about with being with strangers or anywhere new. But I might get somebody to come out and have a look at it. I don't know if there's anything can be done. It's only aesthetics, and you're beautiful the way you are, my darling. So as long as it's not causing her any damage, we don't mind. Huh? Is that right? Oh, the best wee girl. Come on, let's go. As you can see, Brí's name, which means energy. It's Irish for energy. It certainly suits her well. Isn't that right? Crazy girl, huh? Yeah. Two very opposite young ladies. And a quick view behind us. Yeah. Come on, girlie. Come on. Boots are thoroughly saturated. And as ever, my trusty stick. Yes, very important. Very fond of a good stick, I am. For anyone that follows me and watches the stories, you know I am very fond of a good stick. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, good girl. Let's go. Come on. Yeah. Let's go. Come on. Let's go, Bobby. Banba's gone the other way. She always goes. She doesn't like to go on the road at all. She goes through the fields and just uses the ditches. They're so nice. Kind of like foxglove, but not foxglove. I don't know. It's terrible, isn't it? As somebody said, name off, I read something recently that we could name off at least probably 100 logos of companies, and yet we couldn't probably do more than 50, or not even, of trees and plants and stuff. And that's sad, isn't it? That made me sad. That's such a lost art. That's something that we would have all had in our DNA far, far back from our ancestors, and we've lost so much of that. I suppose so much of that was pulled out of us or taken away on purpose, but let's not go into that. But it made me sad to think that it's something that we should all have. We should grow up with, is knowing the names of plants and flowers and trees and what they can do, their purposes and what they're for, what they can help us with. I tell you, do us a hell of a lot more good than all these companies and logos and stuff just looking to make money. Across the road and into another set of fields. The cottage is just down there, down the end of the track. And we'll get under the electric fence. If you have ever gotten a bang of an electric fence, you would make sure that it doesn't happen again. Particularly when they're strong ones for cattle, for keeping cattle in. Not nice. Although I do wonder sometimes, a couple of times that it happened, I go, well, you know what, maybe that's just kick-started something in me. Maybe that's done me no harm whatsoever. I try and make it a positive and say, yeah, it's probably just, fixed a little something in there that needed fixing. It's a good way to not think of the pain. Now, so I love it down here. Even though, okay, I'm going to have another little rant. You're getting a lot of these little rants. I have no political agenda. I couldn't care less about anything. I'm not trying to put across anything in any way. I'm just telling you what I think personally, that's all. And I just hate to see all the pine trees, the Norwegian pine trees. There's such a big glut of them up here, and they just grow and grow and grow, and they take over everything else. And I know it's something that Anja Murray was talking about in her book, Wild Embrace. Thank you. Oh, just came into my head there. Beautiful, beautiful book, inside and out. If you don't have it, go try and get it. And again, I'm not on commission. I don't even know the woman. It's just when I like something, I say it. But she talks about something that again has been very close to my heart, about trees and the fact that we are missing so many of our native trees. I mean, this country, it would have been at one stage, what was it, like 7/8 or something like that, populated by trees. I'm really bad at math, that could be way off, but that the country would have been almost completely covered by trees, many different species of trees. We have lost so much, and we're slow at getting it back. We need to get more of our native trees back. So I do know one of the issues was the pine that was planted, because it was easily planted, easily grown, and farmers got money for it. And you can understand that if they didn't know, they wouldn't have known any better. But it's so dense, it gives so little, it allows in so little sunlight, and it gives other trees no chance to grow. So you don't get to see any other native species. So there's just a huge glut of them up there on the hill, and they're just getting bigger and bigger. Now luckily there are some beautiful native trees then in and around the area, but yeah, hopefully people are becoming wiser to these sort of things, and they are kind of making. I'm learning, you know, like I'm in my 40s and I'm only learning some of these things. I suppose some of it you'd know by instinct, but there's a lot that I'm only learning myself and continue to learn, and hope I will always learn, keep learning. But hopefully as a country, Ireland as a country as a whole, we're starting to appreciate the things that we should have naturally, and starting to appreciate what is quintessentially Irish, and appreciate what we have here, and just to help it to flourish. So I know there's a lot of people involved now in the things like that, and I'm trying to get involved myself and do what I can to bring back some of this beautiful wild nature that we have in Ireland, and we could possibly have more of. And I know tourists, I mean, that's what they want. They want to see natural Ireland. That's what they want, and you know, so it's a win-win. It'll be a win-win for everything, for everyone, for us, for tourism, for economics, for nature, for everything. So hopefully, again, I'm not looking to run for any political thing. I couldn't give a damn about anything like that. I'm literally just telling you what I'm thinking of as I'm walking around, and lucky enough to walk in this beautiful place, and it's just the thoughts that are flowing out of my head. So you can fast forward, absolutely, if you just want to see the doggies and the nice views. I don't blame you. Bobby, yeah? Don't know where Banba's gone. I think she's gone back. Anyway, we'll make our way back. I'm dead on meet her on the return journey. Just realised how filthy dirty this jacket is. Oh well, it's, in fairness, when you live out here, it's hard to keep anything clean. It's a mini miracle that I do keep anything clean, to be fair. You know, white runners are strictly for towns only. Do not stay white very long. Now, I've missed my turn. It's not that ditch. Let's go back. It's hopefully it's still accessible. See all the little white butterflies. Aha! Are we here? Yes! Okay guys, come on. It's time to head home. Let's go. Through the portal. Let's do it. Let's go. Come with me. And don't get your hair caught. That's never a good idea. Hang on now. Okay, we're through. Nearly had a disaster there with the hair. The Elgaruga was nearly caught. Oh, you wouldn't want to slip down into that. Well, I did slip a bit, but at least I didn't land on my bum. Up and over. Oh yeah. We did it, guys and girls. Let's go. Let's go. That's the river that runs along there. It's part of the Borough of Finalty. Runs all the way along the bottom. So then you get kind of different kinds of trees along here, and different kind of plants and stuff. Still a little bit of gorse of yellow firs or gorse, whin. I tend to call it whin, but there's no yellow on it now. It's all gone at this stage. We're nearly coming into autumn season now, which I do. It's up now at this stage. I do love autumn. Don't get me wrong. Autumn is very magical in its own way. I love Halloween, and I love you know, all the kind of witchy magicness that goes with Halloween, and the smell in the evenings and things like that. But I am a summer baby, and it makes me a little bit sad that the evenings will get darker sooner. That's the only thing. I love light, and I love my sunlight, and I love being able to be outdoors for longer hours in the day. So that's the only thing that I find that a little difficult, that you're in later on in the earlier in the evening and there's less time to be outdoors. But all I can do is that I just have to make sure I get up earlier, get out earlier, get outdoors and do the outdoors things early, and then just, you know, do the admin and inside stuff later on in the day. That's what I tend to do. I try to do. Because I know in autumn and sometimes in winter the days there can be nearly more sunlight. It can actually be nicer weather. The autumn weather can be actually nicer than we tend to get. As you can see, I mean, this, you would never think that this was this is July still. It's like been rain for nearly the whole month of July here. A really hot sunny June and rain for most of July. So that's the way it can go here, you know. Once it warms up at all, it can kind of just go wet. But in the autumn and winter you can often get beautiful sunny crisp days. So yeah, so look, always positives. There's always positives. Anyway, let's keep going. Next ditch. This one's gotten overgrown as well, but I think we can do it, huh? Banba's obviously gone on ahead. Go on, Brí. Up you go. Go on. Hop. Come on, baby. Good girl. Come on, you've done this one before. I know we haven't been here in a while, but some nice nettles. Right, let's go. Go on. Go on. Go on. You can do it. Don't wait on me. Go on. Good girl. Go on. Hop. 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 Good. She's such a baby still. I may have to put the phone down for a moment. I'm not cheating, I swear. I just think it'll end up in the water down here. Hang on. Made it. Even with the electric wire. Have to be careful you don't tap that off your head. That would not be nice. Although maybe my head could do with a bit of an electric shock. Controversial! Anyway, you can see the horses in the distance there. There's Solace on top and Jet in the bottom part. Rosie, I would say Rosie is staying in the stable. Yeah, Breffney is not in this field when I come in. That will never change. It'll always be my old horse Galloc and Breffney, so it'll be Galloc and Breffney's field now. But yeah, just does seem strange still. Anyway, that was Banba there for a second. That's Brí. Yeah, so we'll head back up here to the gate. And there's my favourite fairy tree. Yay! And can you see Banba at the gate? She came across the other way, the field way. Clever girl. Hey Solace! Hey Jetsy! The two little heads. They've been fed already, so they're happy out. I'm waiting on hay till I can start bringing them in again. I've no hay at the minute. It's very hard to get good hay. You'd be surprised. You'd think there'd be loads around here, but it's not easy. Not easy to get good stuff, good enough for horses. So I'm waiting on stuff. So yeah, this girl is. Hello, beautiful. Yeah. Need to scrape away all the old dung from this gate and get it cleared. And we are back. And get over the gate. Last gate of the walk. Yeah. And back we go. Yeah. And there is Miss Banba. Just going in there. Look at her. Good girl, Banba. And we are back home. You can just see the thatch peeping through the trees. And welcome home.